Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world watching my channel today. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm always interested in new developments in and around Ambergris Caye, especially as it relates to buying, investing, and owning property in the path of progress. You hear me talk about this a lot, guys, because it's truly where I feel that the greatest opportunities lie. And when announcements like this are made, or when we see a certain trend start to develop regarding new areas of Ambergris Caye, making them more easily accessible, having additional infrastructure, roads, utilities, something like that coming into a new area, it really provides an opportunity for investors like you and I to get in on the ground floor before some of these things come to fruition. And really, that's the prime time to buy, not after, but before some of these new developments take place. So, listen, before I talk about this article, in the past, I would say at least last 3 or 4 years, I've highlighted different parts of the island that I believe are really good investment opportunities. In other words, being able to get in the game while some of these areas are still in their raw native state, knowing that in time, as certain things happen to open up these areas, could be a new resort or hotel going in, could be a new road, could be even something much larger that's going to affect an area. For example, this article, guys, that was just released a couple days ago on November 29th. Now, this is something we've known about for a while, but we haven't been able to publicly talk about it. But the San Pedro Town Council is looking at the opportunity of putting in a larger local airstrip on North Ambergris Caye that can accommodate larger flights. Now, this isn't talking about international flights, which right now all come into the international airport just west of Belize City there in Ladyville. We're talking about another airstrip on Ambergris Caye that can take a little bit larger planes to shuttle people back and forth to the mainland. Now, why is this important? Well, again, I've talked for some time now about the limitations of the current airstrip and the congestion that is caused in downtown San Pedro. It is no secret that over the years, the golf cart, car traffic, taxi traffic, truck traffic in and around San Pedro has really become a hazard. Sometimes traffic is backed up. There's a lot of pedestrians, tourists, locals alike walking the streets. And because of that, it's creating a little bit of a danger on some of these corners as you have such heavy traffic in these areas. And part of that is caused by really one of the only convenient ways to get in and out of Ambergris Caye is the local airstrip, which is serviced by Tropic Air and My Island Air. And typically, they're making all their runs back and forth on these 14-seater flights. And what is needed, and almost everyone agrees with this. So there's some naysayers out there that say, you know what, we don't need another airstrip, we don't need development. The bottom line is, as tourism is growing, as more and more people want to come to the island, especially during our peak times of the year, is just becoming a lot for My Island Air and Tropic Air to make use of their fleet to try to get everybody back and forth in a safe manner. So what we're looking at doing, or as far as I talk about we as far as the island authorities, I'm not part of the San Pedro Town Council, just let me make that real clear, is what they're looking at doing is creating a larger, longer airstrip on the north side of Ambergris Caye. They didn't really pinpoint the area, but the government of Belize does have quite a bit of land up there. They say that this is not going to be in the area where currently the land is set aside for the future international airport, but it's going to be somewhere in that general area about 13 miles north of town. And I'll show you that on Google Maps here in a minute. But here's the announcement. You can go ahead and read this on the San Pedro sun.com. It is proposed that the airstrip would be about 8,000 feet long, and it would enable the size of a plane that can hold 30 passengers at one time. So just over double what the current capacity is of 14 passengers. And this is really going to cause some unique opportunities, guys, especially in this area going from, I would say, the Habanero subdivision, which is about 9.5 miles north of town, going all the way up to, let's say, where Basel Jones is, Rocky Point, Robles Point, even going further, because with this newly proposed airstrip, when it does happen, it's going to bring with it a very nice road. All right, so you're going to be able to get people back and forth to San Pedro town quite easily, but also then it sort of anchors this part of the island. So let me just go ahead and show you on Google Maps exactly where this location is going to be. And in addition, where I think some of the best opportunities lie in connection with this announcement and with other exciting things we have going on Ambergris Caye's north side. So let me just do a share screen here. I'll pull up my Google Earth. There it is. Just doing some work in and around Secret Beach this morning. So let me just kind of zoom out, give the big picture, and then we'll zoom into where 13 miles north of San Pedro is going to be located at. All right, so here's the island of Ambergris Caye. Here's the southern tip right here, and the northern tip of the island is right here at this yellow line. It's a very small channel that separates Mexico to the north and the southern or the northern part of Ambergris Caye right here. Currently, the only airstrip on the island that is being utilized is right here. So this is San Pedro town. This is the airstrip. So all flights originating from the mainland come into San Pedro town. And then as the guests and tourists and locals alike get off the planes, then they make their way south or north to their homes or to the resorts that they're staying at. Now, if we go about 13 miles north, we hit this general area right in here. So again, that announcement didn't say exactly where the airstrip will be located, but they did say somewhere around 13 miles north in the Basel Jones area. Well, this here is the Basel Jones area. This here is the area that has already been set aside for a future international airport. So perhaps somewhere in this general area will be this local airstrip. And so when that happens, obviously the road's going to be extended. Right now it dead ends right here at Habaneros. There is already a utility easement with power lines. So you can see that even here on Google Earth, the roughed in road. So it makes sense that the newly improved road that would service this new airstrip would run along that same road. And so right now, anything up in this general area, I think, would be a fantastic investment. Now, in full disclosure, there's not a lot of opportunities up in this area. There was a second row lot here for sale for around 95 to 100,000. Not sure if that's still there or not, but that would be an excellent buy. We did have a lot in here sell. There's not a whole lot up in this general area. But what I do think you should also look at is not just in and around this, but now looking a little bit farther north. All right. So if you can find some good deals in and around Robles Point, in fact, me and a business partner just picked up a nice chunk of property here at Robles. Also anything around Rocky Point, or even going up in here to the Palm Bay area. There's some really, really nice beachfront lots available up here with financing. A couple of third and fourth row lots, very, very attractive pricing on those. And I think those are excellent buy and holds as well. So that's pretty darn exciting, guys. Like I said, some of these things we as real estate agents and developers on the island, we who are doing this for our living, buying and selling property and helping our investors do the same. Sometimes we catch wind of these things. We know of these things happening, but we're just not at liberty to say publicly when things are going to take place, some of the backstories. So we have to wait for announcements like this to come out. And this is an exciting announcement. So I'm very happy to tell you about this. If you're interested in learning more about investment opportunities in and around this area, okay. Now, again, the article does say they have no definite plans as far as when they might start construction on this new airstrip or where it will be and all that kind of good stuff. And to be honest, that kind of stuff takes a long time to come to fruition on Ambergris Caye. So I personally don't think it's going to start anytime real soon. But the fact that you constantly see these types of things in the news being talked about on a government level means that they've done the studies, there is a need, whether it be a need for a new international airport, a larger airstrip like this, power going into a certain area, whatever it might be. When you see that these things are taking place, know that these have been in the works for some time, and they're very bullish on opening up these new parts of the island to relieve congestion, to better service those who are coming back and forth, and to provide a better experience for those who are enjoying island life on Ambergris Caye. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in today. I appreciate it. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned. Lots more good news coming out soon. And hey, hope to see you on island real soon, living the dream in Belize and beyond. Take care.